you know, I was going to do this video, I don't know, about a year or so ago. It was about the European Union and the World War. And about 1990, and what happened, I was just walking up here this morning, just before I left. Right on the radio, it's the 1990 on, the golden years, whatever they are, on the radio nowadays. And it's a big year for me, especially with regards to well, everything really, everything. But with regards to the World War, I had a big experience where I learned a lot from. I had the best life at school in September 1990, and basically it's because I weren't at bloody school, that's why I enjoyed it so much. We had an industrial week. I was lucky enough to be selected to do an industrial week at Falls Dagenham, and God, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. But at this, it's because I was doing TDT, design and realisation, and we went there to do like metal work. I like metal work really. I like doing woodwork, but we had to design like an executive toy while we were there, and you had like choices of what do you call it, themes, and out of the three choices, one of them was war, and like I thought, oh, you know what I love to do, a Spitfire with a Royal Air Force sign as a base, and then you had the propellers that have sort of, the propellers will be the bit that keeps going and going and going, you know, that's what my original design was. At the top, like the Spitfire be standing upwards. And then I started like talking about the design with this very, very I'm going to have to stop getting emotional. I really am. I can't help it. It's when I care. It's when experiences touch me, you know. And a very decent Dagenham gentleman who worked probably from the East End originally, but been in Dagenham since like the 60s, worked at Ford since the 60s, and he was like an elderly man by then, probably about in his 60s himself probably, but he was there to help us deliver this project and make it a success for us and teach as much as he could as he went along. I was explaining the design to him and he's going, Lee, with the metal base, it's going to take too long to cut this out because it being circular and all that, and he goes, there's not really time for it, so you're going to have to come up with something else. I was a bit gutted, so I just thought, oh, just change it all. Well, instead of having a Spitfire do a British theme, I'll do a do a German one, yeah, and have bombs around the side, you know. So I changed it and I used a swastika as a base. Right? It's 1990, for me, the swastika back then was just what you had with your soldiers, you know, like you had your soldiers playing with them, and the British soldiers had the British flag and the German soldiers had that swastika flag, you know. I didn't really know much about the swastika, to be fair. I just knew it represented the Germans in the World War. So I did the new design and I took it to him and I like stenciled it all out on the metal sheet of steel we had for the base. And another fella, he's called Stephen, he had the same sort of base, and he was doing a swastika as well. But funny enough, he had done the swastika the wrong way round, which was the right way round, which is actually a Hindu symbol, very, very positive, and that's what the Nazis do. That's the inversion. What the evil does, it takes stuff that's positive and inverts it to make it negative, and that's what they do with everything, you know. Probably why you have Mayday, Mayday, you know, make something which is meant to be beautiful, life-giving, celebrating life, into oh, help, 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 we need help because we're close to death. Another inversion. We do it all over the place. So anyway, we takes it along, and then we provided the machine like, because we took it up to him to cut out, and part of Falls Dagenham where they did it all. And so I'm looking at the machine and he goes, before I start, I've got to stop being emotional. Bloody hell. He goes, before we start, I just want you to know that this symbol is very offensive to me and people of my generation, because it represents something we fought against. And he said, before I cut it out, I just want you to know that, and if you're happy with me doing that, then I'll carry on. But I'm letting you know that this symbol is not something that any of my generation wishes to have anything to do with, you know? Words to that effect. And like me and Stephen were like, well, I didn't really understand, to be fair. I didn't really get it. I knew gist, but I didn't understand within my heart. But I literally said to him, but this is the only thing I've come up with, and I've not got time to, because the other design we couldn't do. I haven't got time to do another one, you know. And if you wouldn't mind. And he goes, okay. And then Stephen was like the same. And he goes, okay, I'll do it, because I fought. Because that's exactly what I fought for. You're right to make that choice. Am I right to be offended? And it's a really, really powerful moment, you know? It's a really, really powerful moment. Anyway, he cuts it all out, and then he brings it back into the room where we're all like doing our designs and all that, getting our projects together. And then he literally just spoke to us. He explained what happened with the swastika things. And then in front of all of us, there's only about 10 of us for Barking Abbey. He said, he just explained what happened, and in 2 or 3 minutes, he explained what the war was about. And do you know what? He didn't go into detail, but he said ultimately it was about people's freedom to choose, and for our right to disagree. And that's why he went forward and he did an act that he hated himself, because that was part of the democracy he fought for. And he was there to deliver this project to us, our kids, to teach us as much as he can. And he spoke about his experience in the war, not in detail, but in 2 or 3 minutes I learnt more about what that war was really about, what that war was about to the people that fought in it, than I did in 2 years in 20th century QTS history. 20th century history, which was, well, I wanted to be learning about the Saxons. Not bloody Mussolini. So, and then later on, I'm getting to, well, I end up doing stuff for the European Union myself, you know. Ended up writing a project for them, using sport as a tool to impress democracy on kids, you know, which went very well. Used the sport Olympic theme, and also for the Prince's Trust I helped, I coordinated a project supporting young people from Britain to work in a foreign country, and went to Strasbourg. And while I was at Strasbourg, I visited the Parliament there on numerous occasions, and one thing became very evident to me: it's a fraud and a load of bollocks, and it's not democracy at all. It's very corrupt, and I'll tell you why. At the time when I was there, out of the several hundred MPs that are meant to be there every day, or well, not every day, but at least showing up, speaking about stuff, debating stuff, I only ever saw a maximum of 30 odd people in that auditorium. And it's not that what they were discussing at the time was not important. In fact, it was very important. They were discussing something called European discharge. And basically, every year the European Union has billions of euros going missing, and it's not accounted for through mismanagement, through fraud, through whatever. Who knows what the reasons are? And each year they have a chance to either hold that money to account, to be accounted for, to investigate, or they can just write it off. And each year they generally write it off. And this is what the debate was about. And I was in that Parliament, and I watched a Conservative MP stand up in front of about 22 other MPs, only about 20 odd, give a little speech, 20 minutes. And in that speech he was saying that this is unacceptable and we need to bring in, we cannot write off these accounts, and we need to investigate this and bring in criminal proceedings if required. And you know what the MPs who were sitting, all the other foreign MPs, you know what they did? They laughed at him. They laughed at him. I watched it, saw it with my own eyes. They laughed at him. And as ever, 2001, the European discharge outcome was the accounts, those billions of euros that went missing, were written off. So much for democracy, eh? And the more you look into how the European Union works, what its essence was, where it came from, it all goes back to the war too, because you discover one thing: the Nazis never lost World War II because they were on both sides. And that's why it's so important that people, that democratic vote to leave the EU, retain our own autonomy, our independence, our own way of living, being able to implement our own laws in our own way, in accordance with other nations, in friendship with other nations. This nationhood is where the cultures are formed on the land. Basically, for me, what a nation is. Without being forced together under diktats, under an autocracy based in Brussels, which has no account to the people, holds no account to the people. When you look into this, when you realise that the Parliament itself has no power to make laws or rescind them, that's not democracy. It's a fascist state, and exactly what the Nazis were after. How about that? And for all the youngsters who have been manipulated and being told that the elderly have stolen their future, well, I tell you what, you need to open your eyes and wake up, really look at the facts behind the European Union, where it came from, what it is, and how it works and operates. Once you do that, you'll realise those elderly people, those people who, some of whom actually served in that war, like my granddad, knew what they were fighting for, and know that the European Union, as it is, doesn't deliver that. It delivers the opposite. So rather than stealing their future, they've just won your future back. And you need to stand shoulder to shoulder with them, because they know what they're talking about. Listen to your elders. They have the wisdom and the knowledge. They might not have a degree, and thank God for that. That's all I've got to say. Listen to your elders. Lots of love.